to the All
Inclusive
Podcast.
Welcome, welcome.
I'm your host, Shy.
And I am Jentle, a.k.a. the Overseer, b.k.a. the best to ever do it.
And we are here at Digital Empath Studios, where we're recording. Shout out to Digital Empath Studios.
Definitely.
Let's go. Let's get it. So, it's Pride Month.
It's Pride Month.
It's Pride Month.
It's Pride Month, and it's our first podcast episode right now. Can we get a round of applause for the first podcast episode?
Okay.
We gotta clap for ourselves right now.
Okay.
You feel me? Because this is long overdue, but we made it. Yes, we made it. We here. We ready to go.
Here, and we about to say some shit. Okay. We about to have a conversation. We about to have a lot of conversations that people gonna like, people not gonna like. But what I've learned in life is, if you're ignorant to something, have the conversation about it.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
So
knowledge is power.
Knowledge is definitely power.
Sorry, I had to take a drink of water, y'all. Wet the whistle a little bit.
So how you feel about it being Pride Month?
Man, I'm super excited. Even though I'm not going to Pride, I have been to Pride, many a Pride in my day.
Okay.
So I'm going to let the youngins take this one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to let them have it. I'm going to stay at home with my kids and my wife.
Okay.
What about you? What's your plan?
Well, I actually took off for Pride. And
cool.
That doesn't happen very often that I take off from work. So
right.
I'm probably gonna go down there in the evening time because I'm gonna let the youngins, celebrate when it's hot and stuff. And then
getting a little bit of trouble.
Get not too much trouble.
Not too much trouble, but just enough.
Just enough, because
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. Definitely. But before we get into all of that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, the rings is on the fingers.
Okay.
You feel me? Before we get into that, definitely wanted to just introduce ourselves. Super excited about Pride Month. We're going to come back to that. But, giving them a little taste of who we are specifically. Take it away, host Shy B. Go ahead.
So I'm Shy. I am one of the hosts. You keep saying the host. I am one of the hosts. Okay.
It's your baby.
It is. This is my baby. I actually had this vision for years now. Years. And I've been talking about it. I'm gonna start a podcast. But today is the day.
Today is the day. It came into fruition. You manifested it.
Definitely.
You manifested.
My baby bought me my first mic over 2 years ago. So this is like how long it's been.
Yeah.
And I was just practicing on it. And I went to my cousin this is my 8th. We're cousins.
I'm the cousin that she's talking about.
Okay, I went to my cousin. Okay, I'm gonna point to her. I went to my cousin and I was like, hey, I want to start a podcast. And she was like, all right, Key, I'm on it. Like my cousin, when you tell her something, it's like, especially when her and I talk, it's like, okay, you want to go to the moon? Cool. When we going to the moon?
Let's go buy the spaceship right now.
Okay. And me, I'm like, well, we have to plan to do this. And my cousin's like, nah. We going to the moon tomorrow.
Aries energy.
Okay. And I'm a Capricorn. So I'm like, let's plan it out.
The planner, the doer. Sometimes the doing don't turn out right because, you know what I'm saying? The plans ain't right. You need the plan.
Right.
You need the plans and you need to they got to work together.
Right. So my main goal with the podcast is to have conversations, to have the hard conversations, the easy conversations, the uncomfortable conversations.
Very much so needed.
Needed conversations.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Very much so needed.
As you see, we are masculine-centered women, and our plight is different from just a cisgendered woman in this world.
Yeah,
we're definitely judged before. It's like the saying, don't judge a book by its cover.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're judged by our cover.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Um, she has 2 degrees. You would never know that. Um,
Why she had to put me out there, y'all?
cause listen, my
Give it up
cousin.
for the people who
Listen,
went to school.
give it up.
And,
Give it up.
and
Give it up.
I done
Give it
paid over $100,000 for 2 pieces of paper that I do not use, but thank God for.
up. And also, we just want to bring a different energy. The love is just here. You should be able to feel it already.
Yeah,
This
100%.
is my twin flame. Um,
Definitely.
and so we just going to do what we're going to do, and hopefully motivate some people, have those conversations, and give y'all mad personality and vibes.
Well, that was hard to follow because my cousin definitely laid it out. She came to me with the plan, and I was like, "All right, cool, I'm on board." And just a little bit about me. My name is Jentle. That is my government name. People do not get it mistaken. Jentle with a J. Okay. And I'm kind of like a fun-hearted, laugh a lot, jokester slash very serious, business-minded entrepreneur, go-getter, if you will. So when my cousin invited me to be her co-host, I was just super excited by the opportunity and all of the different things that we foresaw for the podcast to be, and it came into fruition. And just excited to be here. And I thank you, cuz, for thinking of me, and including me in this podcast. And just to follow up on what she was talking about in regards to being masculine of center women in this world and women of color. So there's a lot of intersectionality here. We definitely are not seen a whole lot by society, unfortunately.
Absolutely.
It's changing now. The climate is changing, but we wanted to create this platform to kind of give people awareness of who we are. You might have your stereotypes about what you think black lesbian women do, think, or say, but we here to defy all the stereotypes. So that's the point of the podcast. And we just super excited to be here. And with that being said, I'm going to crack this bottle open, okay?
All right,
So
let's do it.
take it away.
All right. So we're gonna go back to Pride Month.
Oh,
Right?
yeah. So pride.
So what is it really like for you? Like, let's go deep in. Like, what is it like for you to be a masculine centered woman
That's a good question.
and black woman and a mom and a wife and a daughter and all of these different titles that you hold, but it seems as if I'm kind of answering the question a little bit, but it seems as if our sexuality pretty much overshadows all of those other titles.
Unfortunately, that excuse me, y'all, I had to burp. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be laughing a lot, saying a lot of. Oh, there you go.
That is.
I'm
Pop it open.
Pull brute for us both, But while I'm doing that, definitely being a masculine of center woman is something that I gotta wake up to and deal with every day. It's not something that I necessarily planned, in your childhood. You think you're gonna be a specific type of person, or you're gonna grow up, get married to a man, or whatever people push on you. Your parents, church, society, whatever. But I knew early on, probably like kindergarten, that I like girls. So when Lakeisha liked Jamal, I liked Lakeisha.
Okay.
So
Listen.
I mean, that was just from kindergarten, and over the years it grew into, okay, I don't necessarily see myself as being feminine like the other girls that I went to school with or stuff like that. And I felt more comfortable in what we call male clothing, all right? So, or masculine clothing. So, that just became a part of my persona, or part of my exterior, should I say. But yeah, I mean, I've been, looked at sideways in the supermarket because I dress masculine, been, dealing with bias, in the job, workplace, wherever, just different things. So it's difficult, but yeah, Just day in, day out. This is who we are. This is who we show up as in the world. But, just because we look a certain way, that doesn't define who we are individually as people. So
Absolutely, absolutely. For me, uh, which is crazy because I was probably in like kindergarten, first grade when I really like started to have those feelings, you know. Um, and I liked how a little girl at that age looked. I was like, okay, she is cute. Look at her hair. Like,
look at them barrettes.
them barrettes is nice, okay? And it wasn't like, look at those barrettes, they're nice. I want those barrettes. It was, look at those barrettes. It's nice. It's nice.
And you're attracted.
I'm very much attracted.
Right.
And then I had a cousin who would always say to my mom, "Why do Kiki? That's another one of my names. Um, walk like that." And I never understood it until I came into myself. When I was 21, that's when I actually came out to the world. But I grew up in church.
As well as I did.
Yeah. So we grew up in church. I mean, her mom.
Her father is a bishop, and my mother, the late great Roxanne
Yes.
Dukes, was a pastor.
Yes.
So yeah, we grew up with that doctrine.
And when you're in church and you are a girl, you wear skirts, you wear ponytails, you wear slips, which they don't wear anymore, but um, you wear dresses. You do not wear suits and ties. Um,
And you
I
can't tell nobody that you want to wear those either.
Oh, definitely can't.
That was an option.
What?
Dress or you getting your ass whooped.
100%. And so for me, it's like I'm out, and I waited until I went to college to actually come out. Coming out for almost every LGBTQIA, all of the letters.
Yeah.
It's like you have to come out to yourself before you come out to anybody else. You have to feel comfortable about yourself because the world is gonna beat you up once that decision is made.
Most definitely.
But backstory, I actually came out to my brother, my older brother, when I was about 14. And we were in church, we were heavy in church. And he was like, well, what does God say? And as a 14-year-old black lesbian, because I was a lesbian back then, I just was like, I'm gonna just go in the closet. I'm gonna go right back in the closet. So it took me another 7 years to be comfortable enough to say, fuck what the world got to say, fuck what the church got to say.
Yeah.
Sorry, but I'm just gonna live my truth. Because you could get physically sick from not living your truth.
I mean, it's people, committing suicide, unfortunately, because they can't live their truth. So yeah, I mean, it can have dire consequences. And we've seen that, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. Yeah. So for me it's just like I'm gonna defy every stereotype. I feel like I've been defying stereotypes all my life. And you and I had this conversation about how I'm a shuffler. And you were like, I don't understand that. And I was like, whatever cards that are dealt in my life, I reshuffle it and I make it positive.
Right.
I make myself grow along with the help of the Lord. But I'm a reshuffler. So I'm going to just reshuffle. You could throw dirt on my name. You can say I'm this, I'm that. I'm a reshuffle.
And I think for me, I've always kind of been like a rebel. So, I came out probably ninth grade. I might have been 14, 15. Came out to my friends, that is, but not necessarily to my family. Had a little girlfriend that, we was in a relationship our whole high school. career. Shout out to Dunbar High School. Can I get a hand clap for Dunbar High School, okay? Because that is my beloved, school, my high school, my alma mater. I just want to shout y'all out. But real quick, just having a girlfriend and kind of ducking and dodging and hiding, and I was doing all of that. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, I was hiding and changing out of the girl clothes, putting the boy clothes on, went to the prom, left the house in a dress, changed into a suit. And it was just, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And pretty similar, my brother kind of approached me because he was like, why is no boys calling the house? You always with girls, you always got girls calling the house. Da, da, da. And my brother's 12 years older than me. And I
He's an
told
old
him,
head.
he is old head. And I told him, I was like, I do like girls, but I don't want you to say anything to, our parents yet because I wasn't necessarily, comfortable. I didn't want him to out me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think he might have outed me anyway.
Mhm.
But
You
saying
outed
all
a
that,
nigga?
yeah, he definitely outed a nigga. That is a no. Please do not out anybody. In 2023, we still shouldn't be saying this, but it is not safe to out people. Not
Please.
saying that my brother put me in danger because he didn't, but there are people who could potentially, face consequences to being outed. So that's
Right.
something very serious as well. And I mean, that's another topic
Mhm.
that we could discuss. But yeah, so saying all that to say was, I came out, my brother, told him and started feeling a little bit more comfortable in my skin.
Mhm.
My mother eventually had to tell her because she, a mother knows their child. So
Right.
she kind of caught wind of it.
And my mom knew.
Yeah.
Even
So
when I told her, like I literally like said, I'm gonna take her out to lunch because if she's out in public and you guys know my mom,
they, not
then she's
everybody,
not
but okay.
right.
They don't
Not
all know your
everybody,
mom.
but um my mom has a strong personality. She's also an Aries. So
Mm,
um if she gotta say something, she's gonna say it. It doesn't matter where she's at, who she's with, it's just gonna happen.
that's just an Aries trait.
Um I was like, I'm gonna take her out to lunch. Took her out to lunch. I was so scared to say something. I took her to lunch 3 times that week and still didn't say anything. And I was literally in my room in Morganville and I just told her to come upstairs. And I told her and she was like, oh, I always knew. I was just waiting for you. Are you talking to anybody? And I was like, all this sweat and all this money? I'm taking you to places.
Not all this money.
I'm a college student and I'm taking you out to lunch using my little
Right,
refund check
right,
money.
right.
What?
Yeah.
I could have been told you, okay.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, sometimes you never know how people gonna respond to,
Mhm.
you coming out or whatever. But sometimes you're pleasantly surprised. So
Mhm.
that was a pleasant surprise. My mother was not so happy about it.
Right.
And even up until I think my mother passed, unfortunately not last month, but she passed April of this year. I think she was still kind of like hoping that I would, eventually get a boyfriend or a husband or
That's a
whatever.
lot of
I don't
hope.
know. That's a lot. But
That's a lot of hope.
I was just like, I've been gay all my life. It ain't gonna change.
Okay.
So yeah, but yeah, Pride Month, man, this is a special month, and this is a month of celebration. So many people get to celebrate who they are unapologetically,
Mhm.
and we applaud that. We
Yes.
applaud that, and that's how we live our life every day. So, it is what it is. Whatever you do, as long as you ain't hurting nobody or put nobody in danger, celebrate who you are, and not just in Pride Month, but every day,
Every day.
every day.
Every day. Um, so we're cousins, as I said before, right? And I really admire my cousin. Like she's the younger. We're 5 months, 4 months apart.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
close to
like
6 months. Yeah.
yeah. Um
And I appreciate you saying that,
yeah.
brother.
I admire my cousin because she's the other side of me. Actually, she's me when we were younger
Mm.
because I was wild.
Yeah.
And she was literally her name Jentle. Meek, mild, gentle, and I was like, my father had a waterbed, and our
I knew the
grandmother.
waterbed story was gonna come up.
Listen, so my
The
father,
waterbed story.
right? So my father had a waterbed, and her great grandmother, my grandmother, our grandmother. Okay, in the black community, we don't do all that. That's my grandmother.
God rest her soul.
God rest her soul. Um, and we would always be together at grandma's house. So me with my brilliant mind was like, let's
You're
see.
badass, mom. You're badass, mom.
Listen, I was bad as shit when I was younger. Okay. Thank God
Got
I
me in a
grew
lot
up.
of trouble, yo.
Okay.
A lot of trouble.
I was like, let's see if we can pop the waterbed. Took a safety pin because grandma had safety pins. Like grandma is an old school grandmother. She ain't no new school grandmother. Like she had everything that you needed.
Yeah.
She sold all that.
She was so clean that you could eat off
Off
her
the
floors.
floors.
But yeah, she was, you know, definitely she ironed her sheets.
In her,
She was a different breed.
yeah, she definitely was different.
She was a different breed.
And took the safety pin, hose in the waterbed. I'm not gonna tell you how many times we did that shit. And my
How many
father,
times we got our ass whipped? That's the the real
I mean, yeah, we
issue here.
definitely
That I got a lot of ass whoopings
listen.
behind this one.
My
So
father didn't beat me,
thanks for that.
and that's probably why I'm the way I am now. But my father didn't beat me. Now my mother, she whooped my ass. Okay, and my father would do stuff like call my mother like, "Come get your child. Like I'm dropping your child off right now."
Facts.
Because I didn't bust the waterbed and did everything else. I didn't dirtied up our dresses because we used to wear matching dresses. How ironic. We used to wear matching dresses.
All right, cuz come on. You know what? What's the segue to the next segment of the podcast? Because now she ready to start embarrassing me, y'all. She ready to start embarrassing me. But definitely, as far as like the cousin thing, we've been close since we was young. And just super close now. And we always got each other back. I always say, I don't have no friends. I just got my cousin. You know what I'm saying? I definitely got people that I bang with. Don't get it twisted. But I'm a person that it takes a long time for me to build relationships. Like it takes years for me to say like, you my friend. You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
my cousin has always been there for me. We admire each other.
Yeah.
The things you see in me, I appreciate that. The things I see in you, I admire about
I
you.
appreciate
Your
that too.
strength, hard work, just, what I'm saying, being a upstanding human being and always doing for others. And, that has inspired me to impact other people as well. So, that's, on a serious note, it's just a blessing to have good people in your life, love on the people that you got in your life
Why
while
you
they
have
are here, because
yes.
people don't last forever. People die every day, unfortunately. And, give people their roses while they can smell them.
Yes.
Simple and
Absolutely.
plain. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? That's real.
All right, so we're done talking about being cousins. All right, because we don't want to embarrass each other.
Yeah,
right.
please do not.
Okay.
I don't want to hear about my pink Easter dress. All right,
I had.
don't wanna hear.
I mean,
No, all right.
yeah.
What's the next topic?
All right, so we're gonna give y'all a sneak peek of what y'all gonna hear this season on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is years in the making, so we got some fire topics.
Definitely. We're going to be talking about sexual fluidity.
Yes.
We're going to be talking about religion as well as race in regards to sexual orientation. We're going to be talking about finances, which is a big
big
thing. You know what I'm saying? Try to shed some light, bring some people on who are, masters in their field, know a lot about those specific topics, and bring them on so that they could talk about, those things in depth and have that open conversation with us as well. What other topics we got?
We're also going to talk about parenting in the community.
Parenting.
Because, parenting has definitely taken another way. A lot of people gentle parent without gentle kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fair.
Our son, her son, my godson
Yeah.
is one.
But not only that, parenting looks different now in 2023 than it did
Yeah,
50, 30, even 20 years ago.
absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
not in just how people foster those relationships with their children, but also how I guess traditional family looks. There's no such thing as a traditional
Traditional
family
family.
anymore. You
Yeah.
got, two women raising children, two men.
Mhm.
You got poly relationships
Relationships, yeah.
now. I mean, I done seen, people, have their partner and it's them, the partner, the girlfriend, and the girlfriend's girlfriend. They all live in the house. And they all
And
parent
the
kids.
father is evolved too.
Yeah.
You know,
Pick them up on the weekend.
absolutely. Um,
Shout out to the weekend dads.
yo, listen, we thank you, thank you. Okay.
Right. But yeah, so that's definitely that might be a 2-part series.
Listen, because the way that parenting is now, like we don't even have the same world that it was 10 years ago, 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't parent your child from, and I'm not gonna go deep. Tune into the episode, okay?
Real talk.
But you can't parent your child for what we lived.
Right.
You have to parent your child for what is currently happening in this world.
That's real.
What else were we talking about? We're talking about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, little sneak peeks in there, but overall, the podcast, the platform is definitely going to be utilized for us to talk about any and everything. That's why it's called the All Inclusive Podcast. You know what I'm saying? And you are exclusively
We welcomed in.
You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna be talking about a lot of different things. Discussing things that not only are important to us, but we want some feedback from y'all too, and see what y'all want us to discuss, and different people that y'all want to come on and have those conversations that are heavily needed. And that's what this platform is for. So that's the cool part of it. But just a segue, I was thinking we could talk about our own sexual identity, not necessarily in depth,
Right.
but I know they kind of getting a preview of who we are specifically as individuals on this first podcast. So
Yes.
I was thinking maybe we could talk about briefly how we identify, especially because it's Pride Month.
You want to start?
Sure. So, little known fact.
Okay.
I identify as pansexual. So what the hell is pansexual?
Pansexual.
Let's look it up real quick.
Okay.
Hold on. Pansexual. I should have had the definition ready for y'all, but people automatically think I'm a lesbian, which I am partly. But you know what I'm saying? I also see myself, I don't limit myself.
Okay.
And that's what I feel as far as pansexuality, what that means. And I'm gonna give you the Webster's the specific
Come
definition.
through with the Wespers.
Yeah, the Webster.
Webster.
All right. Pansexual is sexually or romantically attracted to people regardless of their sex or gender. That is what a pansexual is. So I identify as pansexual, specifically meaning that if you and I are attracted to each other, I don't care if you are transgender, female. Now, male is on the very, very lowest of the totem pole.
Niggas is nasty.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm not necessarily like sexually attracted to men, but I do find men attractive. And that's just some real shit. You know what I'm saying? So I identify as pansexual. Would I hit a transgender? Hell yes. Okay. King Amaya Scott, how you doing?
Listen.
Sexy as shit.
She is. Very much so.
Like dead ass. But saying all that to say is like I don't limit myself. So I identify as pansexual, but I would say, the higher percentage of, how I identify is lesbian. Because I'm attracted to women. Specifically, I'm attracted to feminine women, but studs, y'all could get it too.
Listen. Cause I'ma hit it.
I'ma hit it. I mean, you got a vagina, and I like it.
Take them boxes
off. I'm married though, like engaged. So
Please put
Don't hit
that
my
out there.
don't hit my DMs.
Okay.
But yeah. All right, cuz that's enough for me.
Okay.
What's your identity? How do you identify specifically?
So I really don't like titles, but I would say I am a lesbian. Because I don't like niggas at all. Um,
Feel that.
and I love niggas, but I don't like niggas. You know what I'm saying? So like, um,
The niggas, the real niggas.
the niggas. Okay. So, um, I like feminine women, but everybody who really knows me knows I am the feminine woman. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Just because you dress masculine does not mean that you aren't
or
feminine.
exactly.
Exactly.
Which is gonna be a topic on the show. Okay. Um,
That's another one.
so
DJ Khaled voice.
okay. We the best.
But yeah, so like as far as can you explore that a little bit more? So like people would automatically assume that because you dress masculine that you are hard up, right? Like
And I'm not hard up.
tough Tony.
N-
No.
So let me give you an example. We're in the mall and I see a stud and I see a femme. And the femme looks okay. And I'm gonna say, okay. But the stud, you could tell from her jeans that she got an ass. And she
Most studs do.
okay.
Very nice ones.
Um I actually be looking at the studs more than I be looking at the femmes, to be quite honest. Um and I'm engaged also.
Don't get it twisted, yo. We definitely off the mark.
Off the market. So my mate actually is like, if you and I don't work out, you're definitely going to a stud because you look at studs more than you look at femmes. And I'm like, yeah, I'm stud for stud. Like, you know, but to like come back.
Yeah.
I like to get my nails done. I like to get my feet done. As you see, my hair is freshly twisted. I go crazy when my hair is not freshly twisted. I like to have my line up, but not just on the physical aspect of it. I've carried a child, um, and I will carry a child to full term.
That's the
I that's the plan. Um,
But
and
you so basically just diving in it a little bit deeper, like you don't have like gender, and I guess it's not even specifically gender roles, right? Because obviously we're all females,
female,
like
yeah.
within the lesbian relationship is two women, right? But you don't see yourself like as a stud, you have to act a certain way
Oh
or take out
no,
the trash or
no,
cut
no,
the
no.
grass,
I
shit like
mean,
that.
I do take out the trash, but it's not because of that. It's because I just prefer to take out the trash at night, and I want my girl in the individual.
Yeah.
And also to kind of like piggyback off of that, like I literally like, um, I have no gender roles in my relationship. I am a touch me right now, okay? Not now, but right now,
Right motherfucking now.
okay? Um, and I'm open to whatever that looks like in my relationship. Now, I'm not hard up, but fuck with me and you'll get fucked with.
That's real. That's real.
And I'm like a volcano, like it brews up, and then when I erupt, it's dangerous.
Right. But that's not necessarily like as far as the just being feminine versus being masculine. If you could put a percentage on your femininity
I'm probably
versus your
20.
masculinity,
I'm
what would
probably
you put it?
20 masculine and 80 feminine.
Wow.
Yeah.
Y'all hear that? So
Yeah.
simply, you know what I'm saying? A person saying you on the street, they would assume that you just like, oh,
I'm
you know what I'm
hard up and
saying?
stuff.
Hard up. Yeah, like studs get this rap of like being super, you know what I'm saying?
Aggressive.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. That's the word.
And then it's like Another topic we're going to talk about is bro relationships, because I don't see too many healthy stud relationships in the community.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because it's this image on the outside world that we've adapted
Mm-hmm.
to, that we all have to be like enemies or something like that. She looking
Especially
at
in
my
Baltimore
girl.
City.
Exactly. And it's like, no, like I love all of y'all. Like we family. Like we're on the same plight.
Mm-hmm.
So I love all of y'all. But yeah. 2080.
2080. The
2080.
80-20 rule.
Okay.
Specifically for me, if I was to break down, like, give a number to my femininity versus masculinity, I would have to say it's 50-50.
Okay.
For me, I definitely am a whole girl, love my vagina, never want to get rid of it.
Listen.
But you know what I'm saying, I also tap into, what I'm saying, that masculine persona. I mean, you know what I'm saying, I just always been that way. And I don't even think that it has anything to do with like being gay. But some girls just like tomboys. You know what I'm saying? That's who I am as a person.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So I've always kind of identified as a tomboy even before I came out.
Mm-hmm.
And now it just is more pronounced.
Yes.
But I'm still very much so feminine. Like,
Mm-hmm.
for instance, you know what I'm saying? My girl cut the grass.
Oh, I know. I watch.
She cut the grass.
She
And I ain't mad about it. Now, as far as taking out the trash, we have sons, and that's their job.
Mm-hmm.
But if the sons were not, you know what I'm saying, tasked with that job, I probably would take out the trash just because, or like, for instance, we been moving, which you know. So me and my girl, we just moved into a new house, and you know what I'm saying, we both was picking them boxes up.
Oh,
I
yeah.
wasn't like, you know what I'm saying, babe, don't pick the boxes up. No, pick them up.
Because we damn sure picked that. I don't know what it was. It was heavy as shit. And I was like, I'm going to need help.
Listen, if a man is around when there is a manly task,
they doing it.
They doing that shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Open my motherfucking door.
Listen.
And also pick this motherfucking heavy ass box up.
Yes. Absolutely.
But on the flip side, like when it's me and my girl, I might, you know what I'm saying, do like more, I guess maybe masculine task, if you will. But we don't have those type of it's not an expectation.
Right.
It's not like you have to do this thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's the cool part. And unfortunately, we know so many doms that's like caught up in this situation where it's like they're like the man, right? And the woman, and it's almost like hyper masculinity because they go above and beyond, I guess maybe trying to overcompensate for what tasks they think that
a man is supposed to do.
And because they the stud, they feel like they gotta do that.
Dude, no.
not
in my household.
Not over here.
No, not
we
at
don't
all.
deal with that. And respect to those, and you know what I'm saying, we never coming against people that, you know what I'm saying,
judging.
We not against touch me nots. We not against AGs. You know what I'm saying? We not against doms, because I don't necessarily. I mean, I guess you could call me a dom, but I like
stud.
I like stud better. It's more like a softer term.
Yes.
And no disrespect to the doms and the AGs and all that out there. I mean, I got mad love for y'all. You know what I'm saying? But that's just not how I identify. And I also don't want to feel in my relationship that I'm doing more in a specific area than my partner is. I like things to be, 50-50, like an equality thing.
Yeah.
I take out the trash, you take out the trash.
Right. And it's like when you take on these roles, there's an expectation there. And then when you're frustrated in the relationship, I'm gonna get down to it. When you frustrated in the relationship and you like, my girl don't do this, my girl don't do that. Well, you are acting like you a man, or you're upset when someone comes up to you and say, who's the man and who's the girl? And it's like, if anybody asks me that, I'd be like, I'm the girl.
100%.
Okay. And she the girl too, but I'm the girly girl. Like,
And it ain't it crazy when dudes be like, "Oh yeah, you a stud. You want to dress like a man, so you the man, right?" What?
What? Yeah.
Like they?
They the
I'm
sa-
sorry.
they the same men
Y'all have
that
no
be trying to
clue
be
what
in
the
my
fuck y'all are talking
DMs.
about. Please
Okay?
don't ask us those questions because they're highly offensive, and we do not like being interrogated by men about what we do in our bedrooms
Mm-hmm.
or how we facilitate our relationships.
Relationships. But did you hear what I said?
What you
They
say?
the same men that be in my DMs when I'm posting pictures and I look more feminine
Mm-hmm.
and my eyebrows they're not done right now, but when I get my eyebrows done and stuff like that, and
Stud fetish is real.
they're like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. In my I'm not gonna pull up my DMs, but in my DMs, and it's just like, um, nah,
Stud fetish
nah,
is real, and I mean we can explore that topic more. You know, this we kind of dipping and dabbing into everything we gonna be talking about.
exactly.
But stud fetish is a thing.
It's
Like
definitely a
it's
thing.
it's guys out here who seek out women who dress masculine, and I don't
Yeah,
know. I have no idea of the psyche of that individual, and I'm not here to dissect that because that's not I'm not here to talk about anything that I don't experience.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not for me to, you know what I'm saying, say, oh, yeah, I've heard people say, oh, yeah, he gay and da-da. I mean,
He
if he's seeking out a woman,
woman, right,
that's heterosexual. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
absolutely.
And I would piss a lot of people off. That's another topic. Anyway, but you know what I'm saying?
Because if you want to talk about it, let's talk about it.
We could talk about it, but I feel like if we dive deep, we gonna run down the rabbit hole. So,
Okay.
but what I would say is, you know what I'm saying? There are men who seek out women who are masculine of center,
Mhm.
and I don't know what is the fetish there or what's the inclination, but it's a real thing, and it I don't know, y'all. I don't know.
Another thing,
But it happens.
it definitely
Men have hit on
happens.
you.
Yes.
Men have hit on me
Mm-hmm.
in person at the bar, bought me a drink, say, "Can I get your number?"
And I thank you for that drink, but you cannot have my number.
Not at all.
Okay.
You cute though.
And that's what I mean. Like when you were saying like you see men attractive.
Mm-hmm.
I see men attractive too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have a son. You seen a picture of your donor.
Mm-hmm.
You were like, yeah, I like how he looks
Right.
because I want my son to have some of those
And be
features and be handsome.
Mm-hmm.
My donor,
And he's very handsome, by the
yeah,
way.
my donor, you've seen a picture of my donor.
Very handsome.
My donor is very handsome, which is another topic we're going to hit on: the lack of black donors in the community.
Yeah, that when we
Yeah,
start talking about the parenthood aspect,
yeah,
especially, you know, same sex couples, specifically
yes,
lesbians, when they try to get pregnant
yes,
and they are people of,
hmm
excuse me, people of color, they're not actually finding donors who look like them.
yeah. Because my donor is actually not of color, and I tried.
Right.
I tried to find a donor of color.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it is what it is.
Right.
Um, and I said that to say, like, you know, people are people. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. They're gonna be attracted to what they're gonna be attracted to.
And we
Um,
not here to judge that.
yeah,
We not. The point of everything that we talking about is to facilitate the conversation
and to educate,
and to educate.
because knowledge is definitely power.
Mm-hmm.
Once you obtain that knowledge, then you could utilize it for good or
Mm-hmm.
for bad. We've gone through things similar in life,
Mm-hmm.
but we've also have a different plight in life that we've gone through. And together we can, give wisdom to
Mm-hmm.
different people.
And the people that we are going to bring onto the podcast to, have these discussions, which are very important, are people who you know, have different perspectives from us.
Yes.
We're going to be able to, you know what I'm saying, really have that, you know what I'm saying, opposite sides conversation
Yes.
where, you know, somebody might not agree with what we think.
Mhm.
So, and that's important because at the end of the day, everybody can take away something from the
Yes.
conversation and they can apply it in their life and, you know, kill those biases that we trying to shatter.
Yeah.
And on
Absolutely.
all fronts, not
On
just
all
sexuality,
fronts.
but
But
race, religion,
yeah.
politics, whatever.
Life.
Definitely. We all
Life.
are spiritual beings having a human experience.
Having a human experience.
And it's all about respecting one another and, you know what I'm saying, hearing, you know what I'm saying, something that you may not have experienced yourself, but now you heard it from somebody else. Now, maybe when you interact with somebody else that is similar to the person that you interacted with before, you come at that person a little bit differently because you're more open-minded.
Yeah. So we're going to kind of segue into our last, you know, form, which is, I guess, give us some knowledge.
Some knowledge. Yeah.
Some motivation.
So what I'm gonna be doing weekly is I mean, you know, I don't know. Now I haven't necessarily came up with a good name for it, but I like to kind of say wise quotes or wise words. You feel me? So, and maybe that's what I'll just say: wise quotes, wise words. I saw something on Instagram, like earlier today, and I actually reposted it, and it said, "Be miserable or motivate." Excuse me. Be miserable or motivate yourself. Whatever has to be done, it's always your choice. And this specific quote is by Wayne Dyer. And it really hit me, and I was like, man, that's real. Like, so be miserable or motivate yourself. The choice is yours. Everybody wakes up with a choice.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, excuses and what you didn't do, you want to get to the next level, but you talking about this person ain't do this for you, and you know you couldn't do this because something happened, and don't nobody want to hear that shit. Nobody want to hear that shit. And I'm just being candid right now, but either you gonna motivate yourself or you gonna be miserable, but the choice is yours. You know what I'm saying? And overall, I hope that you motivate yourself because this is some real shit. I mean, I'm just taking words from my dad. He used to always say, "Don't nobody give a fuck about you as much as you give a fuck about you."
What?
So, I mean, at the end of the day, you gotta do what's best for you. And I don't know what that look like. It could be with a job, it could be with a business, it could be with a relationship, it could be, you know what I'm saying, anything. But you have to make the choice to either be positive and motivate yourself so you can get to the next level, or you can be miserable and stay in the same situation that you're in. But either way, it's going to keep happening to you until you change the narrative.
Yes.
So, you know, just a takeaway, just a little, you know, tidbit, you know what I'm saying? Like, the choice is yours. I don't want to be miserable. So I
Not
get
at
up
all.
every day and I try to motivate myself. Now, it's not easy.
Right.
It's not easy at all.
So
It's hard, but you know, you gotta keep going.
yeah.
That's it, and that's all.
Absolutely.
That's all I got for y'all.
So the preacher has preached. Where's the offering? Okay.
Bring in the offering, y'all.
Bring in
Y'all want me to put my cash at?
Okay.
Look. I'm gonna do something that my girl I don't even know if I can shout her out, but don't call me white girl. That's my favorite podcast, and she always be like, "Put my cash app right here. Put my cash app right here."
Yes.
Send money to my cash app, y'all. To the needy fund.
So this is simple, but it's also motivation for me. Nothing in life comes easy,
Mm-hmm.
and nothing comes to a sleeping man but a dream. This was a dream, and now it's in fruition. So we can't go back to just dreaming.
Right.
We just got to keep moving.
Productivity.
Okay?
Can we get the horns for the productivity? Be productive, motherfucker.
Please be productive. Get up every day, and
do your
I'm
best.
like, I can't go back now.
You can't.
Today has happened.
You gotta keep pushing.
Gotta keep pushing, and knowing that God is here with us
1,000%.
and our ancestors are here. So
Yeah, we've been blessed.
definitely.
So yeah, I mean, y'all tune in with us. We gonna be here every week. We gonna be talking about some fire ass topics, and we gonna be really giving y'all the raw, uncut, unapologetic truth.
Yes.
And you know what I'm saying? Here at the All Inclusive Podcast, you know what I'm saying?
You've
You've
been exclusively been
you exclusively invited. Look at me, I said inclusively.
right.
Fuck they put this. What they put this?
You've been exclusively
alcohol.
been welcomed in. Okay.
You've been exclusively welcomed in.
Welcome in
And we gonna give y'all the exclusives every week.
every week.
So yeah, y'all just look out for us. Y'all see us in the future. Subscribe, like, and share.
Yes.
And tell them where they could follow us at. What's our Instagram?
The All Inclusive Podcast is our Instagram.
It's the _ inclusive.
It's the _ all _ inclusive podcast.
There we go.
Okay.
I've been drinking. Sorry.
Yeah. I've been drinking. I've been drinking.
Real shit. But yeah, y'all follow us, man, and we gonna have some more fire episodes on the way.
Absolutely.
Love you, cuz.
Love you too, man. Love you too.
Peace, y'all. Holla at y'all.
We out.